Hello and welcome to Peace, Love, and Robots. It's a podcast about anything and everything and all that is in between. And I'm your host. My name is Jeremy, and this is episode number 50. 50 for February 23rd, 2022. I can't believe I've done 50 episodes of this so far. 50 episodes. I don't know how many minutes that is, but 50 minutes at least. No, it's 50 episodes. Probably about, I don't know. I'm not good at math. I'm not going to try it. But 50 episodes. But I guess I don't really count that as a milestone. It's a milestone, but it's not a big one. It's a very minuscule one. The big one would be 100. If I hit 100, then we'll celebrate. And that's probably not going to happen until, 2024 or something. Considering I didn't do an episode last week because I didn't really have anything to say, and I think that's kind of how things are going to go. Maybe every other week is the frequency of episodes from me here at PLR, which is what the kids are calling it. Actually, I just call it that because my kids don't care. Well, anyway, this podcast is brought to you by the ads you hear at the beginning and the end of the show. So if you listen all the way through, I'll forever be in your debt. Let's get to it. What do you believe? Belief is a powerful thing. It can drive your actions. It can determine your relationships. It can comfort you in times of trouble and can keep you grounded when things don't seem to make sense. Belief or faith, belief is important. And what you believe or what you place your faith in can either make or break your outlook on life. I've been thinking a lot about belief lately. See, the current trend among born-again Christians like myself is to embrace the term deconstruction. But I wouldn't go that far because deconstructing the Christian faith seems at its best a genuine way for people to seek truth, but at its worst, it's just an excuse a bunch of people make to distance themselves from their upbringing and justify their politics. Seriously, have you ever listened to a deconstruction story? It's mostly the same scripted response to the same issues, and none of them have anything to do with doctrine or theology. All of them have to do with people they have encountered in the past and things that they did. They only count the negatives. They never look at the positives. It's never about who God really is or what their faith really stood for. It's just based on their opinions, and that's that. I don't really want to talk about religion here. I don't really do that, or politics, because I like to think of this as more of a fun comedy-style journal podcast. So I just want to talk about belief, and maybe I'll touch on deconstruction. I probably won't. But belief. What do you believe? I don't know about you, but I'm not the same guy that I was 10 or 20 years ago. I was talking to my wife a bit the other day. It was after church, and we were talking about our personal history. And I'm not sure what we were exactly talking about, but I remarked how I would have done things completely differently or responded to something in a different way when I was younger. Something to the effect of being more closed-minded back then, maybe a little more judgmental. And that brings me back to belief. My beliefs have changed over the years. I refuse to use the term evolved. That implies my older beliefs were inferior, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think the beliefs of my youth were sincere and necessary for the time. Looking back, I know there are some decisions that I made that were informed by those beliefs. Decisions that I may not make right now, but I don't blame my personal choices on those beliefs completely. But my beliefs have changed. With wisdom, life experience, and maybe a little bit of research, I have grown into a completely different person than I was when I was 20. Which brings me to what I was really thinking about. I wish I had written down what I believed 20 years ago. I wish I had a document to look back on to examine those things through aged eyes. But alas, I don't. So what do I do with that? I decided to write down what I truly believe and store it away. And then I want to look back in 10 years, 20 years, God willing, to see if I believe the same things, to see if I have changed some more. I think it's important to write these things down because if you believe without understanding, you can't defend those beliefs if the time comes where that's required. So I'm going to write down what I believe, and I think everyone should do that, at least privately. Unfortunately, in the age of social media, people have no problem airing out their grievances and their beliefs in the public square. Don't do that. Keep it private. Maybe share it with your significant other or pass it on to your children. But document who you are at this moment and see what changes over 5, 10, 20 years. Looking back right now, I'm amazed at how different I am. Don't you want to be amazed too? We've come a long way, baby. What about you? You gonna write down your own creed? Let me know by sending me an email at peaceloveandrobotspod@gmail.com, or you can leave me a voicemail at 585-371-8986. That's 585-371-8986. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to see more content from me, check out my Substack at zaire.substack.com. I'm working on something fun for this year, writing a series about music you might want to consider. So go ahead, subscribe. You can even get my columns over there sent directly to your email so you don't have to go there every day. And most importantly, you can still buy my book over at Amazon. It's available both on Kindle and paperback. Maybe audiobook's gone away. Not sure. But buy both versions so I can make more money. Peace, love, and robots. A man who believes in nothing will fall for anything. See ya.